How's it going, guys? Josh here, and welcome back to another FIFA 19 Ultimate Team video. Today we're going to have sort of like the first episode or so of the FUT project. At the same time, this is also going to be a squad builder for the upcoming FIFA 19 game. Now, we're going to start building a team together, what we think might be our starter team for the new game coming out, and looking at the players and seeing who we want in our squad to start off the game. Now, you would have seen my last FIFA 19 video was in fact my dream team. This is a team I wanted by the end of the game. This team that I'm going to be showing you today is actually going to be the team that we want to try and get as soon as the game starts, because I think this is going to be an overpowered team, so we're going to have this as our overpowered squad builder today. So, starting in net, we're going to have a keeper. He is from the Bundesliga, and he was actually got a team of the season last year, and that's Pavlenka. Now, currently, Foothead are showing him as a non-rare. We're not 100% sure about that yet, because the non-rares aren't showing the same as what they are on the database. A lot of the players got released in the Bundesliga and the La Liga and stuff like that, and they're no longer non-rares as it's showing on Foothead at the moment. But he does look like a solid keeper. He's 82 rated, and if he is non-rare, more than likely he will be cheaper than most other keepers, purely because he is obviously a non-rare card. They tend to not sell for as much. Whilst he'll sell for a bit, I can't see him being completely out of the way. When you think that the highest rated non-rare we had this year was Bruno, he didn't sell for a lot of coins. And I think, perfectly honest, this is going to be the same sort of situation with the non-rare cards this year. Then, looking at the right back spot, we've gone for a man of the name of Klosterman. Again, he looks like a fairly average right back. He's going to be cheap. He's 75 rated, guys. He's 84 pace, which is obviously good. 73 defending, 72 physical. Nothing too major in the defending department or the physicality department. He looks like a pretty good card, but obviously he's going to be your cheap 1,500 coin. Maybe when the game starts out, 3,000, 4,000 coin right back. There's plenty of other good right backs in the Bundesliga. The reason we're using him is actually because of the link he gets to one of our players. So this isn't a no links wasted or anything like that. However, he does look like to be a fairly good card, and obviously, like I say, for the price, we want to keep this low because this is going to be our first team, and we don't really want to have anything that's way too out of our budget. The first centre-back in the team is called Mukiele, I believe. I may have completely butchered that name, but you can let me know that down in the comments. You can see the exact reason we're picking him. That's his 81 pace. He's got fairly decent defending and physical again, but obviously for a centre-back, his pace is quite high. Now, we don't know whether or not you need physicality on a centre-back, whether you need pace on a centre-back. We've not found out too much about the game. We've had chance to play the beta, we've had chance to play the demo, but we don't know specifically what you're going to need in certain positions, so we don't know really what to pick in these sort of positions. But for now, looking at obviously previous FIFAs, this guy does seem to be very solid. Obviously, like I say, just a cheap, again, he's going to be a cheap centre-back. I imagine when it starts out, he's probably going to be a 5 to 10k centre-back to start off with, but I can see him going down pretty quickly. Next to him is another teammate, actually, and I believe his name is Upamenko. That is his name. No, Upamecano, sorry. Again, probably could have completely butchered it, but he is a French teammate playing at RB Leipzig, the same team as Mukiele. Again, a solid card, 79 pace, 74 defending, and 80 physical. Now, this guy's got a lot more physical. I think he's been around a little bit longer than Mukiele, and I think he did have a card in the previous FIFA. A lot of people were hoping he was going to get an inform, and it had the 80 sort of paces, and he would have been good. But again, I think this will be a solid centre-back partnership. Obviously, both of them quick, fairly highish physical, and when you're playing the first week, second week teams, you're going to see these sort of cards in teams. You're not going to see, like, straight-up legend teams. Obviously, all the people are putting money into the game. They're going to be getting decent players, but not everybody's going to have these insane cards to be using. Then at left back, we're going for a Bundesliga, another Bundesliga player, and this is, again, another player who's had a team this season, and this is Wendell. Again, similar to this year, cards very good all round. The only thing I found with him in the previous years is, one, his lack of physicality, and it definitely, you could see it even in his team the season card, it wasn't strong enough to be a left back, and his height as well. I didn't like that about him. I thought he was too small and he was too weak. We might have the same problem this year, and this could be a player that could interchange. However, to fit the next player, to fit one of the players in this squad, I do need him there. And we'll actually show you the player who we want to fit in the next position, and his name is Vinicius Jr. Now, if you guys don't know about him, he is a left midfielder from Real Madrid. He was signed from, I believe, Flamenco, but I could be wrong. Just recently for about 45 million euros, I believe. They paid a really high amount for him, but he's meant to be the next sort of Neymar. He's supposed to be this up-and-coming, amazing Brazilian winger that's very skillful, that's like really good in most departments when it comes to one of these Brazilian wingers. Now, he's got 93 pace, 81 dribbling, which is absolutely insane. 72 shooting, not great passing at 64, but he does have 5-star skill moves. Now, he's a right-footed player on the left-hand side, if I am correct. And this is something that I quite like. I like a player that can cut in. Not only that, the team you'll see can also change formation. And we'll show you the team, what it looks like if we do want to change formation during the games. But this is the sort of player that I want to use. I've wanted to use him for a little while now. Obviously, I've been watching him play for in the Real Madrid sort of pre-season, and I've seen him a lot of highlights from him. He looks like a great player, and I can't wait to see him and how he grows in the future to be one of these amazing sort of top quality players. Then we go for our left centre mid, who we've gone for a player who I don't know how cheap he's going to be. Now, this is Kondogbia. He's got one of the best all-rounded cards for a card that I think that may be cheap. He's only 82 rated, so he's going to be very Bakayoko-esque in the sense that he's quite low, but he's going to be very overpowered. So I imagine at the start of the game, he's still going to be expensive. He's not going to be your couple thousand coin player. He's probably going to be 10, 15,000 coins, but hopefully he's going to drop down. Now, he's got, like I say, a great well-rounded card. 73 pace, 73 shooting, 76 passes, 79 dribbling, 83 defending, and 88 physical. Now, the 88 physical in midfield looks absolutely great. And obviously, if we did want to change this team into a 4-2-3-1, which is a formation I'd probably change into, or even a 4-1-2-1-2, him at centre mid or CDM is going to be insane just because of his defensive stats are so good. Again, his height as well is going to benefit him. But just as an all-round like powerhouse midfielder, he is a sort of card you want. And you stick an engine on him, you stick even a shadow on him, or catalyst, he's going to be probably one of the better midfielders, especially to start off the game for his price. Then the centre midfielder to be matching up next to him is Talisca. Now, again, guys, you would have seen him last year, had a couple of informs for Besiktas, and then moved out to the Chinese league. Was linked with a couple of teams, I believe, and linked to go to some bigger teams, but in the end didn't bother going there, took the Chinese league route. And again, his card is great. Now, he doesn't have the defending stat that Kondogbia has. He doesn't have the physical stat either. He's only got 71. But for a centre mid, 71's not terrible. But his attacking stats are where he's probably his best. Not only that, I believe he's in the 6 foot for height. He's got, obviously, like I say, he's quite a tall player. He's got good long shots, great passing and stuff like that. For a central midfielder like that, I think he's going to work quite well. I think he's going to be your cheaper sort of Pogba type player. He's not going to be as good as Pogba. No one's going to be as good as Pogba apart from that sort of caliber of players. But for an 82 rated, he's going to be your like closest thing to it. He's tall, decent shooting, decent passing, half decent pace. Dribbling's a little bit lower than I'd like it to be at only 80. He's only got one more than Kondogbia, and he's supposed to be an attacking midfielder. But even then, he's still got quite a nice card for the team. Then at right midfield, we're going for another player who's been in so many FIFAs, and a card that I really look forward to this year, and not because his card looks amazing. Now, on the screen, obviously, we've picked Hulk as our right midfielder. He's, as pace-wise for a right midfielder, 80 pace isn't what I want. And this is where, obviously, changing the formation to a 4-2-3-1 works, because having him as a cam is going to be ridiculous. He can probably be one of the best cam cards. So if he gets a central card this year, absolutely insane. You're going to put him at cam, you're going to see him at cam. If he's got anywhere between 82 and 84 pace, 88 shooting, 89 shooting, again, high passing, fairly high dribbling. He's got 88 physical there as well. He's going to be one of the best cams you'll find in this game. And even if he gets a couple of those, that's going to be ridiculously good card. You can imagine he'll probably be in the rest of the world team this season if he has a solid year. And not only that, the one thing that I look forward to most is the fact that he could get a FUT birthday card. Now, if you guys remember from last year, the FUT birthday cards and the Halloween cards, they all had these ridiculous boosts. The FUT birthday cards more in particular because they bring back old cards from previous games that people loved. Now, Hulk at Zenit had 90 pace and 85 shooting on this game. I think it was FIFA 13, I believe, and that was probably one of my favourite cards to play with on any FIFA. He was like an 85 rated, was one of the best right midfielders in the entire game. And I imagine if they do that to him this year, he's going to be so expensive, but he's going to be so worth buying, especially if physicality is quite a big part to play in this game. Then the first striker we're going to have in the team is another returning player, and actually, again, another Chinese league player. This is Alexander Pato. Now, he doesn't quite beat the FIFA 13 card, the FIFA 12 cards, the FIFA 11 cards that he used to have when he had 5-star skill moves. He was a 90-odd pace right forward. He had an inform, I think, on FIFA 12, was it 11 or 12, that was like 85 rated as a striker. One of my favourite cards. Him next to Robinho when they were both playing AC Milan, and I believe Ronaldinho also had a card there as well. Was my favourite FIFA. I love that. That attack was amazing. And honestly, it was hands down the best attacking lineup I've ever used on any game. He doesn't quite get that. Again, if he does get a football birthday card, you could see him getting 90 odd pace, and he's going to be a brilliant striker as well. But even that, he's got a good card, 85 pace, 80 dribbling, 77 shooting. His card is almost identical to the last card we saw, which I think would have been FIFA 16 or 17. And again, he had a brilliant card on that game. It played fantastic. I believe he was at somewhere like Villarreal or something like that. And he played well. Like I say, myself and a couple of my friends used that card, and we used him thoroughly throughout the year. And he's good fun. I've always loved Pato. He's like a FIFA icon in my opinion. And I think you guys will enjoy using him as well. And I think he's perfect for this squad. Not only that, if we do decide to go to the 4-2-3-1, he'd probably be the player that plays right or left attacking midfield. And therefore, he'd fit that position quite well just because of his high dribbling and high pace. Again, he's got half decent passing too for that position. The final player is a player who was on last year's game. Again, not quite as good as obviously some of the other cards or his previous card, but that is Gamero. He's got 85 pace, 81 shooting, 75 passing, and 78 dribbling. He would be my main striker, I think. Again, not too much pace. He's not got the 90s that you probably would expect to have in a sort of starter team. But I think he's going to be cheap. Just because his rating's gone down so much, he's lost a lot of his pace, his dribbling's not quite as good. I feel like he's going to be a really good card to try and start off this game with. And honestly, I think this team, and in all, is like really well-rounded. It's got a decent amount of pace, it's got a decent amount of like good players with their shooting, good dribbling. You've got like a good mix of players in the team. The only thing I'm worried about is obviously how low the centre-backs are, how low rated they are. They might not be the best physicality-wise, and that might be the only problem with this team. But obviously there are changes you can make to it. Obviously Talisca in the 4-2-3-1 would be playing a CDM, so that's probably not recommended. You could upgrade him to Paulinho over time if you had the coins. This left-hand side doesn't have to be the same. I'd probably go as well with Benjamin Mendy, and then you've got left midfielders from the Premier League that can link in, or French left midfielders. You could even try and link in Promes there, and get him a link down to the left back. There's so many different options you can go with this team, especially in a 4-4-2, that allow you to change it up so much. And honestly, I think this will be the team we go for at the start of the game, guys. Dependent on coins, if we make more coins, we might go for a better team than this. But as a cheap, overpowered squad, I think this is one of the best squads that I can find. Anyway, guys, be sure to let me know down in the comments any cheap squads that you found or cheap squads you've made. Link me them at like a foothead link down below, and I'll check them out. Maybe we'll even do a video on those ones as well. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.